Hi, this is Odis Griffin with the African American Golfers Digest, the leading publication for the avid Black golfer. I'm here with my guest, Joe Louis Barrow. Most of you may have known him from his incredible work with the First Tee organization, and it continues on today. I'll let him take it from here and just give you a little introduction about him as a golfer, because I'm curious of Joe and golf, period. And then we'll get into some of the details of what he's currently doing with the First Tee in the new initiative.
Thank you, Odis. It's great to be here, and I'm delighted that you called me and we can do this talk. I first started playing golf, I think, around age 10 or 12. And that's when I was first introduced to the game by my father and my stepfather, because they both loved the game. And I was very fortunate because to have a heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Louis, as a father, and he loves golf. And also I have Dr. Albert Spalding, my stepfather, loving the game of golf. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I started caddying for both of them and pulling one of those big pull carts with a Burton bag. And people would laugh at me because they thought the cart in the bag was bigger than I was. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. And so carrying the weight on both shoulders made much more sense than carrying the carry bag on one shoulder. So if you're a golfer and carry your clubs, there's no question that the stand and the ISO dual strap has made all the difference. And I don't think you can buy a carry bag anymore without it having a double strap mechanism of some sort. So that was my first introduction. And I joined that company, I think, in 1990, in the early 90s. And then I joined the First Tee, and that led to my joining the First Tee in the year 2000. So I enjoyed my run there, and I also enjoyed my run at ISO Systems.
Oh, that's outstanding. I mean, I personally do a lot of carrying, so I sincerely say thank you, because that innovation has been amazing for the game of golf. Shaping the First Tee, I guess most viewers will know that the First Tee is probably one of the most prolific introduction of the game of golf to youth that we've ever seen. Talk about some of your time there and taking over and taking this idea to introduce the game of golf to the youth and taking it to where it is now.
Well, you're absolutely right. When I joined the First Tee in 2000, it was an idea, it was a concept. It was to introduce the game of golf to young people who traditionally weren't introduced to the game of golf through their parents or brothers or sisters and other relatives. And so the First Tee is in all 50 states. And the purpose is not only to introduce the game of golf to the young people, but also introduce the values of the game of golf. So whether it's perseverance or sportsmanship or courtesy or you name it, perseverance, it's really about introducing the values that are inherent in the game of golf and pulling those out. And so our coaches, the First Tee coaches, really interact with the young people in such a way that they really have a lesson, a golf on one lesson and a life skill on the other. So whether it's setting goals, trusting your judgment, it's really emphasizing the importance of these character traits as you move forward. So I took the idea and concept of the First Tee and the notion of the First Tee to really institutionalize it. And we had great people who worked with me to accomplish that. Great people at the chapter level, great people at the home office as well. So it was a great run to really see the young people and their parents embrace the First Tee the way they did. And so in addition to the program locations where we introduced the First Tee concept to them, we also went to elementary schools, We also went to youth development organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs, the YMCA's. So it was a great run.
Oh, that's you.
I mean, literally, when I left, they were reaching about 3.5 to 4 million young people each year through the first tee. And over the course of the time that I was there, I think we'd reached close to 12 million young people. So it was enjoyable and it was learning. But to see the growth and see the young people who didn't think that they were going to go to high school, finish high school, go to college, finish college, and start their careers was a wonderful experience.
I think when we look back at the first tee now, it's looked at as one of the staples to try to create such programs that marriage the character that's a part of the game as much as we know it as being part of the game, the integrity, the honor, and all that,
Right.
and marrying those together to create something of a well-rounded person, basically. And
That's right.
yeah, I think that was awesome. The way you done that and be able to present it in a way that others can look at it and model their organizations after it has been tremendous.
Well, as I said, it's not just grip, stance, and posture. It's really about the integration of grip, stance, and posture with setting goals. You can't succeed in life if you don't have goals, and if you're not perseverance. If you don't have perseverance, you don't have courtesy, you don't have respect. So integrating those into the golf lesson, as you teach golf, teach a life skill. As you teach golf, teach another life skill. That was so important and differentiated the first tee, I think, from other youth development organizations or other junior golf programs where they focused on grip, stance, and posture, which is very important. But you also have to integrate the character education as well. At least that's my thought.
Yeah, I would agree. Now with where we're at in society, I think
Yeah.
you're actually taking another step, which I'm sure our viewers and listeners would be uh, very, very interested in hearing how you're doing the next innovative step with the first tee. Can you give us a little brief synopsis of the new initiative that just started?
Well, without question, one of the home office national opportunities, if you will, was the Life Skills and Leadership Academy. And that started just when I joined the first team, maybe a year before, and we held it in different locations. And that's where we would take the older participants at a chapter, maybe 14, 15, or 16-year-olds, and teach them life skills on one hand and golf skills on the other. And it's a 1 week long academy. So they've expanded that, and I'm delighted that the first tee has expanded that to include not only the life skills and the golf skills, but they're also going to talk about equity and inclusion and diversity. And they honored me when I retired in January of 2018 with naming the academy after me, and they're continuing with naming the academy, and it's called the First Tee Game Changers Academy. And so they're going to name that after me, and it's a continuation of the Life Skills and Leadership Academy, but it's adding that very important component. And as you say, our society is challenged with understanding equity, diversity, and inclusion, and what does that mean? And so to be able to share that and teach that to young people in a way that RISE is going to do that, it's going to really enhance the academy experience for the young people. We've always been about diversity, and that's been very important to us. And the young participants at the first tee understand the importance of diversity and why people with diverse opinions coming from diverse backgrounds can add so much to them, and that's what our society is all about. And so to be able to add that to the academy is very important.
Yes, that's awesome. I personally think that just adding strength through difference of opinions is one of the things that creates such a stronger union than just everybody agreeing on the same thing. And to be able to have these conversations
Yes.
will do so much as far as moving forward in a positive manner. It's just awesome. And to hear that the first T is coming out with this program, I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to it. Do you know exactly when it will roll out as far as to the chapters and everything like that?
Well, I think they're going to have about 90 or so young people attend the academy. It's going to be in July of this year, July 13th through the 17th. And they're going to have it at Villanova University in Philadelphia. And so it's a tribute that they're starting this Game Changers Academy in Philadelphia, where the United States started its life. And when the founding fathers, were holed up in writing the Constitution of the United States in Philadelphia, that's a major tribute. So I'm very excited about it. I think you're absolutely right. The difference of opinions and discussing the differences in opinions and where people come from and their attitudes toward different aspects of life is very important. And the discussion of that and the talking through of what it means to this person or that person is very important. We don't listen enough in our country. We don't talk enough in our country in a way that people hear what we're trying to say. And I think this Game Changers is very important. When we talk about young people, I used to talk to chapters and I would talk about the importance of our next generation of young people being the leaders of our country. And to the extent that they have the values that are practiced at the first tee, it's very important. To the extent that they understand equity, inclusion, that's very important. To the extent that our society listens to the young people, it's very important. They have a lot to contribute. So I'm very excited that the Game Changers Academy is named after me, but more importantly than being named after me, it's the fact that they're incorporating the components that they're talking about incorporating, and they're having, and the young people will be led by people who are experienced in equity and inclusion. And so that's very important as well.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Barrow. I also want to give you an opportunity to let our viewers and our listeners know how they can help with this new initiative, if it's a way they can help either through time, donations, or whatever, or how they can
I,
contact you to get.
I think they should go to the First Tee website and find out where their local chapter is and really understand what the chapter is doing in equity and inclusion and what they can do as an individual to help the chapter grow and reach other young people within their community. So I encourage all of your viewers and to go to the First Tee website and find out where their local chapter is and really determine whether they want to volunteer and assist that chapter in reaching additional young people, because the young people, as I have said before, are the future of our country.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you on. I appreciate everything you've done, all the work you put into the First Tee and also into this new Game Changer that's named after you. And I'm sure the viewers will go check it out if you have time. Like you said, go to the First Tee organization, get you some more information. This is Odis Griffin with the African American Golfers Digest, the leading publication for the avid Black golfer, and we're signing off.
Thank you.